Shalom. First and foremost, before we go into this in transit, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakodash. Yahweh's name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Give all honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone, who grew well and teach well, and are the true leaders of Israel today, which Israel consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you scattered abroad the Israelites that may look like the other nations, who believe on the names of Yahweh and Yahushai, and the doctrine given to us by the apostles and the elders, that great millstone, which we believe through faith is 100% truth according to the Bible, which is needed in order for you to gain salvation. Doctrine, all right? And this in transit is going to be, your focus should be all on the ministry. You know, I know brothers got, their day-to-day lives. You know, brothers got, their responsibilities they got to take care of, and so on and so forth. Of course, you can put everything else in between, right? But, nonetheless, us brothers, us Akim, we take care of what we got to take care of. And in our day-to-days, even when we, have burdens and things of that sort, we leave it to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? But nonetheless, our main focus and priority is what? To make it out of, Babylon the Great, to feed his sheep, to do this work, to make our calling and election sure, man, and to prophesy. Because with prophecy, of course, this is how we're going to win. Let me go point 5. With prophecy, this is how we're going to win, right? Because we're going out there to the highways and the hedges, week in and week out, speaking about these prophecies. And when they come to pass, guess what? That's not only showing these people who are the true prophets, but it's solidifying our faith, and our seat and our ability to go into Jacob's trouble with that wine, man, that oil. And we understand what's going to happen to those that don't have that oil, man. So, and that's in Matthew 25th chapter. And I'm actually on my way to camp right now, so at my camp session, I'm thinking of bringing that precept out at first. Because now, we all see it. Now there's no more, not in our lifetime, brother. That's gonna happen in my great grandkids. They're gonna go through that, not me. I'm gonna live old, and and they're gonna be the ones going through World War III and the time of the mark of the beast, and you know how Christians say the Antichrist. It's gonna be in my time. There's no such thing as an Antichrist, of course. The scriptures say there are now many Antichrists, which just means to be anti-Messiah. You got billions of those. But nonetheless, that thought process is out the window. And I brought that out in my last camp session, right? Ezekiel 12 chapter. That's out of there. People are now thinking that, they're getting ready to get drafted into World War III now. The dollar's getting ready to collapse. We're doing one of the worst, days in the stock market history. Not that long ago. Because what? They need to come in with the new and now with the old. And the old's going to go out with the bang, man. And the reason I say that is because in order for them to go ahead and bring in this new world order, this new infrastructure, this new way of life, this new society, they're going to bring it by chaos, man. They're going to make it by, coercion. They're not going to force you, but they're going to coerce you, which is to say, really force by the means of doing things of, hey, you can't go to your workplace and pay bills unless you take this. You don't got to take it, but if you don't take it, you won't be able to do this. You see, so it's gonna be coercion, which they're gonna, pressure from above, pressure from below, to go ahead and finally make you people take that charagma and dwell in that new world order, which we're getting ready to come by, right? And they're gonna bring it like that, man. They're gonna bring it through coercion, right? They're gonna, make it hard for you to, because they said what inflation is gonna go through the roof, and that's in the scriptures. Inflation is gonna go through the roof, man. You're gonna be spending your whole paycheck on a day's wage. You're gonna be spending a whole day's wage, which back then is a paycheck, on a damn fucking bread, on some damn fucking crackers. You see, this is the type of time that we're coming into. And look, and some people won't even be able to get that day's wage because what? You're not gonna take the charagma. So what are you gonna do? For the most part, us Akim, us brothers, we don't have fucking years of food stocked up. We don't have plan B. We don't have any of that, because what? Our plan B and our only plan is to lean upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to deliver us from this shit. Because what? We have faith. We believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we're exercising our faith. right? So, you know, we ourselves, you know, we're going through this. All right, we're the ones, you know, putting our lives out here on the line to preach this word, you know, get ridiculed, get put on a fucking, you know, a list where they think we're, you know, crazy people that's gonna try to attack. No, man. You know, we're the ones putting our face on the YouTube talking about the truth. And we know what this world and society does to those that speak about the truth. You get outcasted, you know, you get hated on, you get, you know, people away from you, so on and so forth, man. You know, it's all that, right? So this is just part of the battle. You know, we don't mind. The scriptures say, you know, anything that go through, you know, take it cheerfully. You know, so us brothers, we take it cheerfully, man. We move forward, we move accordingly. Yeah, it sucks in the moment, but we see the bigger picture. You know, we see what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is doing. He's trying us. You know, like as gold is tried in the furnace, you know, of adversity. You know, like as gold is tried in the fire, so is the Most High trying us, you know, in the furnace of adversity, man. Right? We go through shit, but at the end of the day, what is our own focus on, man? We're only focusing on the ministry, man. We're only focusing on the prophecies. We only care about the truth. We don't care about shit in the world, to be honest, man. You know, just speaking as a man, you know, me personally, I don't have an interest in anything, man. I don't have an interest in literally a job. I mean, it's cool, you know, when I make sales and whatnot, yeah. But I don't have an interest in my job. I don't have like a big interest in, you know, in hobbies that I do anymore. I don't really care about none of this shit, bro. The only thing that really excites me and you know, gets me going and waking up in the morning, you know, waking up early is hearing some good news, which our good news is, you know, really your guys' bad news. You know, we love hearing America going down. We love hearing the stock market, you know, dropping. We love hearing, you know, police stay on its way. ICE agents are getting ready to do this and do that, because we understand that when Esau Edom comes down on us and really corners us, we're going to lean upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and that's what's going to allow Yahweh Shai to work, which was, and Yahweh and Yahweh Shai to work, man. You see? So, you know, we're in the best position ever. This is the most, you know, exciting times ever. So this is what I mean by, you know, everything else aside of the ministry, we don't really care. You know, it's cool, it's nice, I guess, but we know what the kingdom's coming. We know this flesh is getting ready to be put off, right? Immortality, mortality must put on, you know, or corruption must put on incorruption, and mortal should put on immortality. You know, that's the time that we're coming into, man. You know, we don't even care about this shit. We're getting ready to live forever in the kingdom, to be part of that those elect members, the 144,000. You know, with those new bodies that won't be able to perish, won't be able to break a bone, won't be able to fucking get sore, twist the ankle, twist and, you know, hurt your knees, you know, your hips. You know, you'll be able to run at 1,000 miles an hour all day, every day. You'll be able to fly, glide, chill. You know, your mind, you won't be getting plagued with, you know, Satan, these demons in your head, because you're gonna have these new bodies. These new bodies aren't gonna be subject to bullshit like that. You know, we're gonna be good. You know, this is what we're waiting for, man. This is what we're earning for, man. The scriptures say we seek for new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. We don't care about none of this bullshit here in America, Babylon the Great, man. We don't care about this flesh. We don't care about none of this, man. The scriptures say, you know, some of us are going to be martyrs for this ministry, man, for this truth. And guess what? You know, rightfully so. Shit, fuck it. You know, some brothers going to have the spirit, too. I know it sounds easy, but I know it's going to be scary in that moment. But, hey, man, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to have it to where us brothers, man, that do face that lot or do go through that lot, man, we're going to be straight, man. We're going to be like, man, fuck it. Just on with my head. On with my head. Let's get it going, man. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. I'm trying to go to the kingdom, you know. You know, brothers, you know, I might be shaking up in the spirit a little bit and shit, but nah, it's gonna be good for the most part, man. You know, hey, I don't want the Zav course to be of that number. This is why we do what we do, but this is just gonna be a quick in transit on that. I just got to my camp spot. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out this word right now. So just wanted to make sure I hit my 3 before, you know, doing this, you know, lesson or this camp session. So, hey, with that, I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kakudash. Remember, I can keep that eye single. And if that eye be single, you know, you'll be all, you know, you'll be good. You know what? I'm gonna just get that real quick. 1 second. Let's bring that up. That's the book of Matthew. That's the book of Matthew. Let me see. Got my old Bible right now. There it is. Yep, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light, man. You see? If you just, and then, if you just focus on this ministry, bro, you just care about this truth, you just care about this word, then guess what, man? You're going to be receiving all the perks of just being in this ministry. Remember, this ministry is not all about catching hell. If you're constantly catching hell, you need to examine yourself, bro. That's off. You can't be catching hell 25/8, man. The Lord has to have some leeway with you. The Lord, has to be there, showing you that you're good, that He can take care of you. Okay, because, yeah, the Most High is not going to have you here through as fuck all day, every day. Yeah, brothers are going to go through their, trials and tribulations. Brothers are going to go through their burdens and whatnot. But, the Most High comes through as well. The scriptures say a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So, if a brother, if you're constantly going through hell, man, examine yourself, bro, because that's unbalanced. And that means the Most High is not dealing with whatever you're doing, because you don't just get judged just to get judged, man. So with that, I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Karudash. Shalom.